Hello, podcast fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. And with me, as always, is my co-caster from Down Under. His name is Wade.
G'day, mate.
Good day. I hope your beautiful, beautiful summery afternoon is just everything you could ever ask for. Or it's possible you haven't left your house today. I don't know.
I have left my house. It's overcast.
Oh, it's kind of nice sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hot, so I'll take it.
Yeah, is overcast kind of a rarity for you up there?
No.
Down there? No, it's often overcast. Okay. All right. I guess I'm asking because where I am, rainstorms are fairly rare. I think we get them, I don't know. It feels like maybe 10 to 15 times a year. So I enjoy those when they happen.
We get more rain than that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's not like you're Central Australia or anything. Good grief.
No, not quite that far inland.
The true desert. Exactly. All right. I have a funny story to tell you. You want to hear a funny story?
Always.
All right. So about 8 months ago, one of my coworkers, who's a pretty talkative guy, very friendly, but sometimes can get a little bit carried away with his conversations.
In what way?
He just doesn't know when to stop talking sometimes. It's like he'll follow you to your desk and you'll turn on your computer and start working and he's still chattering away. Okay. Like you're responding to an email, tap, 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 tap. And he's like, so did you see that football game? And it's like, dude, take a hint. Anyway, very friendly though. Like just always in a good mood. He's actually the guy who helped me self-publish my book.
Oh, nice.
So we've we're friends. We chat. We're not in the same department, so we don't see each other all the time. But anyway, he's involved in a convention in the Salt Lake Valley called LTUE, which stands for the meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
Okay.
Which is from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, for those listeners who don't know.
Thank you.
It's mostly a writing conference. People who want to write screenplays and books and regular plays and musicals and stuff like that. And so people get together and there's presentations and then kind of collaborate and get inspiration and help each other out. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty cool conference that happens every year, and it gets some pretty good names. Brandon Sanderson's been to it a bunch of times.
Who?
Oh no, we haven't talked about Brandon Sanderson.
No, I don't recognize the name.
All right, so Brandon Sanderson is an author from I want to say Washington. Attended BYU. He is, I'd say, one of the top 5 fantasy authors in the world right now.
Okay. Sure.
At least English speaking. I can't speak to like Italian fantasy, but anyway, he did Mistborn. He is working on the Stormlight Archives right now, if you've heard anything about that.
Nope.
Okay, you should find... I'm going to recommend Mistborn to you right now. You should read that if you're looking for something to read. So Nick said, hey, you should come do a presentation about your StarCraft casting. And I was like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's really that kind of a venue. And he said, no. I've been going for years. I'm involved in the production of it. And I feel like people would be really interested to learn about this and learn how to do it and maybe kind of look behind the scenes of YouTube content. And I said, all right, Nick, if you say so. So I completely put it out of my mind because it wasn't happening until February 2018, which was effectively never.
Yeah, right. It's like 8 months away.
Yeah, it was never. And so I forgot about it. And then I got a couple emails from the conference saying, hey, we've got you registered. And I was like, thanks, dude. He registered me and got it ready to go. And so I was ready to go. We had a laptop with the game installed. We were going to do it to a projector. I was going to give a presentation outlining my history with YouTube and StarCraft and kind of explain some of the problems that I'm seeing and some of the benefits I see using YouTube as a platform, and then cast a short game and then just do a Q&A. So I was thinking, 30 minutes, maybe 45 if things go extremely well. It wasn't going to be a huge thing.
Please tell me he made you the keynote speaker.
So I show up about 45 minutes before my time and was kind of hanging out, making sure I can find the place I'm presenting in. And it's in a hotel with a convention area to it. A lot of hotels do that. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about. But
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So I go to the room where I'm going to be presenting, and there's another one going on, and it's packed. Like, this guy is talking about fantasy writing in particular. So I thought it was pretty interesting. So I caught like the last 30 minutes of it, and it was great. And then as that one ends, 5 minutes before the hour, and mine's supposed to start on the hour, everybody starts filing out, and the room clears. And I'm like, okay, now we'll just wait for people to come in. For my thing, nobody comes in. One person is sitting on the very back row, and I'm pretty sure that he was just left over from the previous thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm there with my coworker, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, it's not looking good." And like the hour comes and goes, and we're 5 past. And we just called the guy in the back, "Hey man, are you here for the StarCraft shoutcasting presentation?" And he goes, "What? Oh, yeah, no, I was here for the first thing, and I'm trying to meet my girlfriend, but she's running late." And I was like, so I'm just kind of laughing because I have no expectations. Like I said, when I first heard of this, I said this probably isn't a good fit, but whatever, I'll give it a try. And so actually, it turns out the dude did decide to stick around, and he's one of my subscribers. So shout out to Chris, random dude, happened to be in the room. And so we had a chat with him and one of the event staff just about YouTube and different ways to kind of grow the channel. And Chris suggested very strongly that I put some Let's Play other games up on the channel, and I said I'll think about it. And it was just funny. It was really funny. I mean, no one showed. And so my coworker is like, "I feel bad. Let me take you out to lunch for driving clear over here and taking some time off work." Because it was on a Thursday afternoon, right during work.
Right.
So I took some time off and went and did it. But anyway, after it was over, I kind of felt like, you know what? I probably could have gotten some people there if I'd ever told anybody I was doing it. Yeah. If I tweeted about it or put it up on Facebook, I have people who are my fans here in the area, and I'm sure 2 of them would have wanted to come.
Statistically probable.
Yeah, exactly. I actually had somebody ask the other day if I was going to be going to some kind of a gaming convention in Salt Lake City. What was he talking about? I'm trying to find this comment real quick. This is your favorite thing.
Mm-hmm. The digging for information.
The digging for information on the internet.
We've all been there.
Can't find it. Anyway, there was some kind of something I'd never heard of before, so that's why I can't remember the name.
Okay. So it's not like
he was
Comic-Con or anything like that.
No. It wasn't Salt Lake Comic-Con. But that he wanted me to go to, and I was like, eh. So I don't know. Like I'm just second guessing myself on a lot of this stuff. I kind of feel like maybe I should make an effort to get out there to these conventions and just try to get the brand out. I mean, that's what they say is market yourself, you know?
You can't catch prey if you wait for them to chase you.
I mean, I catch some prey by waiting for them to chase me.
I feel more like what you're doing is fishing. You're throwing out bait and then you're waiting for them to get interested. Like there's a clear difference between that and chasing down a gazelle.
Okay, that seems fair. So anyway, I might switch up how I do things here, is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe.
So if you're local, let me know what stuff is going on you want me to go to, and I'll look and see if I can make it over.
Fair enough.
And actually, I should be more honest. When Chris said that I should do Let's Play stuff, I was like, you know what? My buddy Wade tells me that all the time.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if friends are telling me to do it and randos are telling me to do it, then I suppose I might as well do it. So I actually recorded a Let's Play of something by myself.
Far Cry.
Over the weekend. And it's going to post on Wednesday. So
and it's Far Cry 4.
I mean, people who are friends with me on Steam might have a hint as to what it is.
I was like, hold on. Now, I know he wouldn't let his kids play that game, but he's playing a single-player game for no other reason that isn't like Assassin's Creed or The Witcher.
No, sure, but okay. But if you had known my full gaming history, I have a lot of hours in Far Cry 1 and Far Cry 3.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying, so it's not like, why would he ever play Far Cry unless he's Let's Playing it? That makes no sense at all.
No, because it was immediately raising a red flag.
It was. So people, actually, this might not get out until after that posts, depending on how things go.
Yeah, maybe.
This could be a spoiler, and it could not be a spoiler. Those are the best.
I would say I'll try and make it a spoiler, but I did get a text like half an hour ago asking if I could work tonight, so...
So nope, no spoilers.
No spoilers. So you should go and check out the Let's Play. It's already
Yep.
out. It's great. I've seen it.
It's already out. It is okay. Kind of worried because it is a much different maturity level than my channel is.
Because
I
nothing
mean,
gets murdered in StarCraft, yeah.
no, not just the murder, but there are probably 18 F-bombs dropped in the very first Let's Play, not by me, but by the game.
Uh-huh.
And there's like some torture that happens, and there's some very up and close and personal knifing murder that happens. It's just, I don't know, it's just different compared to StarCraft. I get what you're saying. In general, StarCraft is about killing stuff, and there's blood, and there's...
Do you mean an over-the-top view of an entire map centralized based on two human players intending to kill each other is different from a first-person narrative experience involving the struggling fail state of Kirat?
Ooh, you nailed it. I was like, is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? Is it different? Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's different. Go
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah. Well, and I figured too, I could put the game title in the details of the video. So I believe that YouTube has the capability of saying if restricted mode is on, then it can basically say this is an M-rated game. We're going to just leave it off your subscription list if that's not what you're interested in. So but I just wonder if people are going to get whiplash. Like, dude, I've never heard Falcon swear at all in any way on this stream, on his channel, and now suddenly he's playing the Far Cries.
I mean, they still won't hear you swear.
True.
I still haven't heard you swear.
Right. So it just seems like a tonal shift is all I'm saying. Some people are going to be a little weirded out, but hopefully it's okay. Because, I mean, I don't know. That's stuff that I play. The Division, The Witcher, as you mentioned previously, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 1. These are very adult-themed and adult-contented typed games. And I love StarCraft. I really, really love StarCraft, but I probably play stuff that's more adult-oriented in general.
Are you planning on like hyping this up before it comes out, or is this going to be like another convention appearance where you just say nothing to your fan base and then here it is?
Well, it's kind of too late to hype it up on the channel since I have my cats out for the next 3 days already and recorded. I mean, I can throw something on Facebook and Twitter, but as we know, I have 600 on each, I think. So a very small percentage of my entire sub base follows me on the social networks. But better than nothing, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Twitter, it's better than nothing.
That should be their corporate logo, corporate theme.
Indeed.
So there you go. Announcements. Super announcements. Yep. Another announcements. Wade and I finished the Wade and Falcon Play Something Let's Play of Portal 2.
It's all done. It's finished. No more murder.
No more robot murders.
Exactly.
It was a good time, though. I enjoyed the Portal 2.
Had a little trouble with the last chapter and some timing elements.
Did we ever? That's kind of the best part, though. Struggling, and then you finally get it, and the sense of accomplishment is just,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you have any suggestions of what we should play next, let us know. Statistically, Wade will be quick to remind you that statistically the chances of us choosing it are very poor. But
No, that is entirely incorrect. Statistically, I will remind you that unless you give us money on Patreon, you won't actually see if we picked your selection.
that's more true. Yes. Statistically, that is a 0% chance. If you don't support us on the Patreon for the pod or for the YouTube channel, you will never know.
Yep.
We won't tell you, that's for sure.
In fact,
No.
I'm going to go back and bleep every mention of Portal 2.
Out of the pod. I mean, seems like a lot of work for someone who has no time to do that, but you go for it, Wade. Sleep is overrated.
Indeed. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
All right, so here's the thing. Co-op campaign-style games are hard to find. Am I right in thinking this?
Steam has 35,000 titles. There's got to be at least one.
Truth. But I mean, okay, so here's... Wait a second. Is Far Cry 4 co-op?
It is indeed. I was going to suggest it when I saw you play it. I just never got around to it.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's like Left 4 Dead 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, Gears of War.
I think I'll have to reinstall Ubisoft.
Yes, you will.
And I might actually need to buy the game as well.
Yes, you will.
I'm not sure but I think I've got it.
I would be surprised if you weren't. All right, so I'm on Steam right now. Saints Row 2. Wow, that's old. Resident Evil 6. More Resident... I didn't know the Resident Evils were so co-op. How is Bus Simulator 16 co-op?
Do you want to find out?
No. I don't want to get...
Oh.
I'm not... Do I look German to you?
9.
Did you know that's where all the like farming simulators and truck driving simulators are
Europe,
huge?
yeah.
Is in Germany.
Yeah.
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 I'm just like, all right, guys, that's cool.
You guys have fun.
Yeah. I don't get it, but I respect it, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, doing a search for...
I don't have Far Cry 4.
I got a Steam sale for like $15. That's how I get my games.
Brag about it.
I'm just saying. I watched the Steam sales and then I'm like,
Well, here's the thing. I've already beaten it on the Xbox, so I just never picked it up on PC.
Oh.
But I'm happy to.
yeah, no, I can tell it's one of those games that was intended for console because the menus especially are like, yes, this was designed for the Xbox.
Yeah, everything's in a circular radial dial.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the other thing. The weapon wheel is a very console-y thing.
There was a game that I saw. It's called We Were Here Too.
Okay.
TOO. The only reason I didn't immediately suggest it is another puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game?
Yeah, it's another one.
I mean,
So I didn't know if you wanted to do 2 in a row.
I'm okay with it.
It's also fairly cheap. It's $10.
So I'm watching a trailer for We Were Here 1, which doesn't help. Whereas We Were Here 2, Steam?
Do you need me to send you a link?
No, I got it. I got this. Oh,
2 spelled TOO.
how clever. This looks very promising. Is it kind of like Tomb Raider without the machine guns?
I suppose. Maybe.
I mean, in that Tomb Raider has the puzzles, but it also has a lot of the murder.
Tomb Raider's puzzles were always kind of like second to the action.
Yeah, that seems very fair.
So it's like Tomb Raider, but with actual puzzles.
And it's co-op.
And it's cool.
Is it co-op in the sense that it's designed for 2 people?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
All right.
Because it does not, if you scroll down on its store page, it doesn't have single player as an option.
Okay, got it. So you have to have some kind of a friend, which is going to be hard for some people.
Oh well.
That's cool. All right, nice.
They can just watch us play instead.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, is to make you feel like you have friends. All right. Yeah, so I think we'll put that on the short list, and I'll keep looking, and you can keep looking, and we'll decide on something by the time we record again.
Sure.
Cool. So yeah, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Any important Australian news or current events?
No.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing that I'm keeping up with.
That's fair. Your Twitter isn't blowing up with scandals.
My Twitter is US-centric, I think.
Oh, so you know more about United States current events than Australian current events?
Well, here's the thing. Unless someone I follow tweets about it, I'll never hear about it because I do not look under like the trending hashtags and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's promoted tweets out there. Can you turn those off?
Promoted tweets gives me Australian banks at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I already have an account with you. Please stop.
Yeah, that's not very good advertising.
And Samsung, which I'm currently holding a Samsung phone.
Right. So good job, guys. Way to go.
You got me.
They want you to buy a newer Samsung phone. I mean, I'm sure they do. Let's not.
They probably do, yeah.
Yeah, let's not make any mistake about that. Yeah, my promoted tweets are often newsy things. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. You're a hip guy who keeps up with the news.
I guess. Mostly by accident, I guess.
You can accidentally follow the news.
Yep.
Why not?
Actually, I'm on Twitter right now. I'm trying to see a promoted tweet. Where are they? Now that I want them, they're nowhere to be found. Wow, I just searched promoted on my front page of Twitter and nothing came up.
I don't think you can... Oh, you Control F, right.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you searched in Google, in Twitter.
Oh.
Promoted. I was like, that wouldn't work.
Probably.
Show me ads, please.
Well, that's what I'm asking for, and I'm not getting it. This is terrible. It's just horrendous. Fine. Moving on. Well, good. Australia is quiet and boring, I suppose.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there's something.
Actually, I saw this Reddit post the other day. And it was about the Emu War, but then also related to some nuclear testing that Australia had done.
Uh-huh. You know, I've been seeing the emu will pop up more and more in other places now.
Interesting. Oh, here we go. Operation Totem was a pair of British atmospheric nuclear tests which took place at Emu Field South Australia in 1953.
Okay, one, Emu Field is in South Australia. The Great Emu War took place in Western Australia.
Rats.
Two very different places.
Yeah, fine.
We also have Kangaroo Point in the Northern Territory.
Did you have a kangaroo war that I don't know about?
No, but you can't just go there for kangaroos. You can get them everywhere. That's my point.
Right.
Emus are in more places than emu, wherever it is you said.
They're like raccoons in the United States. They're just everywhere.
So what I was going to say is, have you heard of a YouTube channel called JT Music, formerly JT Machinima?
Nope.
They do a lot of like gamey nerd rap songs and stuff like that.
Right?
And a couple of weeks ago, they threw out a challenge to a whole bunch of other people who do that to make gamey, nerdy rap songs, except it has to be based on facts.
Historical facts, yeah.
No, not just historical facts, but like scientific facts.
Truth, got it.
And one of them was Australia went to war with emus and got beaten.
That's good. That's so good.
It's a more or less fun song.
I mean, what I'm looking at here for their uploads is... Oh yeah, Fact Rap Challenge. I see it. And then it's Minecraft Rap, Fortnite Rap, Cuphead Rap, Rainbow Six. Okay, so basically they just take really popular stuff and piggyback off it.
Pretty much.
Cool. Overwatch and Team Fortress crossover rap.
Yeah.
That must get all the views. Actually, no, surprisingly. Huh.
So, well, here's the thing. There's May versus Pyro, which is Overwatch versus Team Fortress, and got 138,000. But there's one literally next to it, which has 2.9, and it's the same song.
May versus Pyro. Yeah, wait, what? How? Huh? Oh, so it's...
Because they put out the song like standard with him like standing in a recording booth singing, and the other one is they have animators.
So which one got the most views? The animated one?
No, the other one, I think.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's two Battlefronts. The first one got 800,000. The second one got 130. So basically they're reruns, but they're adding to it. I'm surprised they get so little attention. I guess the people really are...
I think they get more.
Yeah, right? Like people are just here for the rap. They don't care about the visual style.
Well, they don't care about the animation, I think. But if you go back to like 4 months ago, one of my favorite songs by them, the Cuphead rap, has 26 million views.
Yeah.
And then the animated version, 500,000.
I mean, that's following the pattern-ish.
Yeah, but that's just a massive disparity. Like, the difference between Wolfenstein, his 906k, and 104k on the other one.
Yeah,
It's both.
that's insane. But I mean, I don't know, 100,000 views is nothing to sneeze at. So I'm sure they're not saying, let's not bother putting that out.
Especially since it's basically half the work's already done.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. Talk to the animators. I'm not sure that they would agree with that. I guess it depends on how complex the animation is. Bendy and the Ink Machine rap, 944,000. Oh, no, 12 million for the first one. My kids are so terrified of Bendy. Have we talked about this? I think we have.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, that's been banned from the house. The rule is if you come upstairs at 10 p.m. crying about something you saw on YouTube, it gets banned.
It's a fair rule.
Yeah, I thought so. Mercy versus Medic, 6.6 million. Yeah, this channel's doing all right.
Yeah, I think they're going to be just fine.
So this reminds me, you familiar with Cracked at all?
Cracked?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So Cracked originally was a website that did humorous articles. If you just search Cracked on YouTube, it should pull up.
Oh, yeah.
What I liked about Cracked is it had a lot of different stuff, a lot of different features. One of them was called After Hours, and I'm using this in the past tense for reasons that will become clear soon enough. After Hours, where four actors sit at a dining table and just dissect a diner table and just dissect something. Talk about Westworld and the robots. They talk about 80s movies. It's very specific. The writing is very good. It's scripted. It's very scripted. All of it is. And anyway, it was great. I came here all the time, used to watch their stuff. And then all of a sudden, everybody that I was familiar with was gone. And a lot of the people both acted and wrote for the videos. And so I would notice I wouldn't see them anymore. And I started digging into it. And yeah, apparently some other company bought Cracked and slashed everybody. And they're trying to make a go of it. And it's one of those things where, what are you doing? Like, the reason I came here was because of these people, and now they're gone. Why would I return? I really don't understand. And now I
Yeah.
think they're done. Their last video was 2 months ago. I think they're out.
No, the other channels have had longer hiatuses than that.
True, but have other channels also had all of their major people quit or get fired, right?
Yeah. Someone who's a really old YouTuber as a reference, Ray William Johnson.
Oh my gosh, that guy. Yeah.
That guy was basically at the top of YouTube for a while, and then his channel had no. It basically devolved from his series equals 3 into like top 10 lists with like some people that he still had on staff for a while, and then there was like nothing for 6 months, and then he started doing vlogs again.
And he's not getting nearly the views that he used to get.
No, not nearly, but he came back from like a 6 month break on the internet.
Yeah. Kind of seems like it hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That, and when you get into a legal battle with Maker, that'll hurt.
Yeah. A similar channel that way is called Mr. B-Tongue. And it is not big. It is not a big channel at all. But this guy basically makes videos about video games, to put it in short. He is currently doing a multi-part series on violence in video game. And what's funny is part 1 was, I want to say 14 months ago. And then part 2 came out in January. So this guy disappears. But I stay subscribed because he comes back and it's always great. I really, really enjoy his stuff. So I guess I'm giving a plug for Mr. B-Tongue, but
I mean, that's fair.
yeah.
I'm just forever annoyed at YouTube. Every time I have to log in. Okay, so one time I was at my mate's work. His boss was like, if you come around and help him, because I can't be there, I'll give you like $50 for the day. And I was like, all right, sure. And he's a landscaper. Well, he was. And he wanted to get a bike loan. So I was like, look, I'll fill out some application forms. I'll set up a new Gmail account for you so you can get them all and check them at home. Basically, I was knocking off work.
Yeah.
And so I signed out of everything on my phone. So, because for the longest time, I did not have a Gmail account associated with my YouTube account because I signed up for YouTube when you didn't have Gmail.
Right. And it was just a username. It wasn't an email address.
It had an email address associated with it, my Hotmail account.
Okay, got it. But it predated
Now
Gmail.
I'm really showing my age.
Right.
And I signed out of everything. I signed him up, made his Gmail account in his online name, and then I realized I didn't sign out of YouTube app, which then just said, hey, you made a Gmail account. We're just going to associate that for you. And now I cannot get rid of it.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Google. Thanks for just making that happen. Ugh.
You know, I now have colexgiggles@gmail.com.
That's amazing. Are you sure you can't fix this? I feel like it's fixable. I don't know.
I've tried at the time, and there's no way to replace it. It might be now, but I don't know.
So dumb. So dumb. Oh, I did want to mention about Mr. B-Tongue. The reason I got into his videos is because another website that I go to, linked to his videos about Mass Effect 3 and why it sucked. He did, I want to say like a 4-part series on why Mass Effect was crap.
Okay.
So if you want to watch something about how Mass Effect 3 was not good, this is not
I
the place
generally
to be.
tend to stay away from things that are intentionally shitting on the things I like.
That seems very fair. Very fair indeed. Ooh, have we talked about Mass Effect? Might not be a good idea based on this conversation.
I mean, we can.
All right.
I might not agree with it, but
All right.
that's a whole nother question.
So Mass Effect 1 starts out with this amazing, like, Call of Cthulhu in space story, right? Where it's scary space monsters with the ability to read your mind and brainwash you and turn you into a unwilling husk in control of this deep thing that we don't understand and can't possibly beat. And then that kind of just went away. Like, by Mass Effect 3, it's not really what's going on anymore.
Yeah, but I felt like that was kind of so what? Like, clearly by the time Mass Effect 2 came around, the focus of the story had changed from we're going to put humans on spikes and turn them into husks to we're going to gather them and create a human reaper. Like, there was some overarching story goal that changed, and I don't think one is particularly better than the other, but I'm not unhappy that the things went the way they went.
Yes. Well, what happened was BioWare got bought by EA between 1 and 2. So that's your answer?
Oh, is that actually what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. Frankly, I'm surprised there even is a Mass Effect 2 now.
Yeah.
They weren't immediately shut down.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2007 EA, so it's not full on evil EA yet.
Yeah.
They hadn't discovered microtransactions, which they did in 2012 yet.
Right.
So they couldn't fully destroy it, but yeah, there's that tonal shift between 1 and 2 and 3 is absolutely due to EA taking over.
That's when the purchase happened. You can't rule it out as an influence, but at the same time, it's a creative decision as well, right?
Yeah.
They needed the story to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So they changed it from Reapers are just coming to destroy the galaxy to they're coming to catalog the species at the top and reset the balance.
Yeah, and wipe them out. Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Mass Effect 1 was a lot more talky.
It was much more of an RPG.
Much more of an RPG. And then 2 comes out in 2010. So that's 3 years after EA purchased it. So they got 3 years to meddle in there and say, this needs to be more like Call of Duty. And it is. They completely revamped the combat system.
Which you can say, yes, that's more like Call of Duty, which was still on the upwards trend at the time. But it's also a much better combat system than the first one had.
Yes, and that's fair. The first combat system had a lot of things to complain about. 100%. So anyway, I don't know. There are all these loose ends, and then Mass Effect 3 ends with, there's a star child, and you get to choose a color, and some stuff happens. Thanks for playing. I mean, I just kind of feel like they wrote themselves into a corner, had no idea what to do with it, and said, we got to wrap this up somehow, so here we go.
Mass Effect 3's ending was originally kind of only awful if you only played it once.
Okay.
Right? If you had your ending, you're like, oh, okay, yes, I picked a color, and
stuff happened.
Maybe I lost a fleet or two, and maybe the Quarians got annihilated by the Geth.
Which, holy crap, that's not good.
No, my ending, I had the Geth and the Quarians work together, because you can do that.
Oh, well, look who's the smarty pants here.
Yeah.
The Quarians and the Geth work their differences out, even though essentially the Quarians want to annihilate the Geth, and kind of vice versa, more in a self-defense way.
And then in another playthrough, I had I had the Geth wipe out the Quarians, and then I chose the ending that killed all robotic life.
Whoa.
So they both ended up dead.
Yeah, that would do. Sorry, Geth. Nothing personal, guys.
That's where the problems really arise, is when you realize each of the colors doesn't so much as represent the ending you maybe perceive as the better one, or the outcome that you would like, in that they're all very similar, answers to a big problem that they'd been building for 2.5 games at that point.
Yes. I mean, making your player make an uninformed decision about things that are far and wide reaching in the consequence is not a great choice.
There's also, but they did lay enough information to have the indoctrination theory going.
Right. Which I liked, just because I really like convoluted fictional universe theories.
I liked it as well, but it was still kind of like the life on Mars, where you wake up and 2 seasons were a dream or whatever?
Yes. God,
it was so a bit much like that.
Yes,
it's
it was.
Hey, maybe he's indoctrinated, and when he knocked his head, and everything after that was just a dream, the game didn't actually happen that way.
People don't like that very much.
No.
Nope.
Although there is a version of that for StarCraft 2, where Jim Raynor's actually just been drinking on Marsara for the entire of StarCraft 2.
Okay.
And he dreamed it all, because they were kind of unhappy with the ending of that as well.
So that's it? That's the theory? He just dreamed the whole thing?
Yeah, he's just in a drunk dream of fame, imagining what's been going on in his version of reality based on what the TV news broadcast is saying at the bar.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, not as complex.
It's not as complex, but it gives people the idea he can go back to just being, I'm going to kill Sarah Kerrigan, and I'm going to drink myself into a stupor before I do it. It kind of resets the story, but
yes,
people weren't happy with the story, so that's what they thought of.
Wow. I mean, you have to be really unhappy with the story for that. None of it happened. I refuse to accept any of this.
I mean, the ending of StarCraft 2 is kind of lame.
It is. It's not good.
It's not particularly brilliant.
Well, and again, Activision bought Blizzard. I mean, that's how this
They
works.
didn't buy Blizzard.
They
They
did.
merged. They
Mm,
merged. It's a very different process.
all right. Fine. That's all I got. Anyway, the point is when larger, big entities get involved with these smaller shops, not that Blizzard is necessarily small, but you get what I mean.
But
Yeah.
you can't blame publishers buying developers. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot there I don't like, but you can't always blame that for creative decisions not going the way you'd like.
But it happens so many times. Everybody that EA has bought has either started. Okay, that's the pattern, right? Is they start failing and then EA kills them. They take them out back to the ditch and shoot them in the head, and that's the end of that.
No. They don't shoot them. They take them up to a farm. They live on servers upstate. They can they can run around and play and hunt rabbits. It's great.
Can so much space to run around and just enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure
yeah.
that totally happens.
Uh,
It seems entirely likely that the entire reason publishers even buy developers is entirely just for the IP licenses that they can hold in like a recycling bin and spit them out 10 years later again.
yeah, and they can merchandise and things like that.
Yeah.
Very true.
Which is unfortunate because you would think that that would maybe not interact with the creative decisions in the game, but it evidently does.
Super does. Well, and I think part of it too maybe is that, hey, why do we have a staff of 15 writers? Why do we need all these guys? Let's cut it to 5. Make it happen.
What do you mean at crunch time in game development the writers are going home at 6? It's like, what do you mean 3 weeks before the game's launch they're not still writing out new dialogue for the characters?
Yeah.
What you mean we're a little bit past that in the development? No.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't think they're showing up in meetings and saying, "Hey, we should think the plot should go like this." They just fire people and get rid of staff and cut, and that's the result. Is there's not enough people to make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad. Let's talk about something that makes me happy.
Your wife is getting paid in Chick-fil-A gift cards?
Yes, that's happening.
That I want to know more about.
I mean, that's pretty much the whole story. So my wife does singing gigs, just I don't know, kind of on the side
Singing what?
stuff, whatever, like parties and stuff.
Okay,
Like
so
live
she's
events?
a live performer then. Okay, so she's doing some live shows, and instead of opting for a cash money settlement, she's chosen food gift cards at Chick-fil-A.
Well, it's not that she had a choice necessarily. They were like, "Hey, we're offering this."
So basically someone put out a post on Craigslist saying who's out there who can sing and obviously can't afford their own food at the moment.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, in the end, it ended up being $160 in Chick-fil-A gift cards. So
How
I'll
many
take it.
trips to Chick-fil-A is that? How many?
I don't know, like for one person or a family, right? Because that's very different.
Both. How much
Yeah.
is it if you go?
I don't know.
Or
it's
just you and your
$7.
wife?
It's $7 for me to go by myself.
$7 and you got $160.
Yes,
Okay.
that answers that.
And if for the kids?
About $20.
So hold on. 3 kids and a wife is an extra $13 and you spend 7 on yourself.
Kids' meals are cheap.
I'll take your word for
At
it.
Chick-fil-A, they are. Some places are not. I don't like those places.
Because they're not cheap.
Correct.
Right. It just seems like a very odd arrangement. I couldn't imagine anyone willing to take a job for gift card food money.
But it's a one-time deal. It's not like we want you here every day for 4 hours and we're going to continually pay you in gift cards. Like it's just, hey, come do this thing. We'll never talk to you again. And that's it.
How do they afford Chick-fil-A gift cards?
I don't know. I don't know where they get them. Maybe they stole them.
That would be my fear.
Uh-huh.
Like, but you don't know if it's valid until you get there and after you order. And
Yeah.
if it's not $107 and it's just a used gift card, you then owe the cashier $170 of your own money.
Or you ask them to run it first and say, hey, I got this in payment for something. Can you check it out?
And then that raises all kinds of tax questions.
Yeah,
Like, are you going to declare that on tax?
that's a really
That's what
good
you'd have
point.
to.
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay, fair enough. I'll leave it at that then.
I had not considered that. Weird, but yep. So if it turns out that she gets paid and it was a scam, then I'll let you know.
Okay, good.
We'll talk about it.
What else do we have here? on the list.
Well, stuff that makes me happy, which was not necessarily that, like the gauntlet.
And snow. Which one would you like to talk about?
Also, kind
The
of
kid injury update. Is that a happy story? Or did he like lose his face?
that's happy too. It's a lot of happy stuff.
Okay.
So yesterday I'm casting for the gauntlet, and I mentioned that I've been getting winter storm warnings on my phone for the last 2 days. I mean, apparently the weather service is very concerned about me being aware of this. So I say if it starts snowing, I'll put my webcam and I'll point it towards the window in this room, and you can see the snow. So about halfway through the cast, I'm like, oh, it's snowing. I got to do it before it gets dark, because it started getting dark. The sun started going down. And I grab my webcam and I kind of start to bring the cable out from behind my computer, and it is a rat's nest back there. And as a result, I pull the cord on my router and it falls off the back of the thing and actually unplugs the Ethernet.
Oh no.
And I lose connection for a good 5 minutes. Like, I have to move my desk and get back there and untangle the rat's nest and figure out what the problem was and reboot the modem and reboot the router. And by the time I get back in there, the sun has set and it's too dark to see anything. And it was very sad.
That is just unfortunate that all this happened on a live stream with 150 people watching.
I know, right?
Well, technically they weren't watching because you knocked your modem off.
Yes, not watching.
But we were all laughing.
Yep. I couldn't see, but I assumed that everybody was having a grand old time enjoying that. So anyway, I woke up this morning to gall darn 1.5 feet of snow on my driveway that I had to shovel.
Oh, so it really was like that bad again.
It was really that bad. It was. They were not kidding. It snowed all night. It was still snowing as of 10, 11 a.m. this morning. That's how bad it was.
Ooh.
Good 12 hours of snow. It'll get you every time.
That is terrible.
Super, super terrible. So anyway.
Something I want to mention about the gauntlet. I meant to bring this up with you at some point, but I don't know when I would have. During the stream, you and Jordan mentioned that there was a thing where everyone collectively misremembers information.
Yeah, the Mandela effect.
Right. And as an example, you use the Shredder missile from one of the Raven's abilities from StarCraft 2.
She did, yeah.
Right. Which is entirely incorrect because Blizzard called it the Shredder missile.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But he was so convinced that it was never officially called that. And I was like, okay.
I mean, you did agree with him, and it seemed like you were on board for a while there. Didn't push the issue, which is my problem. In a StarCraft stream, you have to be StarCraft accurate.
That's fair. I wasn't.
You let it slide by.
I did. I should be held accountable for my actions.
You and Jordan.
All right, so give me the details, Wade.
Details about what?
When was it called the Shredder missile, and until when?
I could look it up now if you'd like.
So it's in the StarCraft wiki, but
there is a blog post about major design changes.
I think it was...
that mentions it.
Yes.
September 28 changes of last year.
Okay, so it was the initial name of the anti-armor missile, but it's not called the Shredder missile.
I mean, it's not called it now.
Was it? Because the only time I can see it referenced is in this proposed changes on August 31st.
I will send you a link.
Okay.
And the Raven has Shredder missile debuff duration increased from 10.7 to 21.4 seconds. Right, it was clearly called the Shredder missile. It was originally called the Shredder missile, and then it got just changed to the anti-armor missile.
Okay, there you go.
Proof that it was the Shredder.
It was in fact the Shredder. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Now we have to tweet at Jordan and shame him.
Yes, I will. No, I don't want to do that. I already think he doesn't like me.
That's because you're mean to him.
Which is why I'm not going to Twitter shame him.
But you want to, so you might as well.
I want someone to. Doesn't mean I want to.
I mean, I'll do it. I can do it in a nice way.
I'll shame him, but he won't notice.
Right. You won't feel bad, because it's coming from somebody who generally respects him.
Now, that is slanderous. I respect him.
That's true. If you didn't respect him, you just thought he was irredeemable moron, then you wouldn't bother. I like it. Oh yeah, so it's NBA All-Star Weekend last weekend. So this is my NBA minute, if you want.
Oh, we're doing NBA minute now.
We are. I think I mentioned this last week.
And on your marks, get set, go.
NBA All-Star Weekend 2018 was this past weekend. It was a good time. It was held in Los Angeles. The NBA seemed to work very, very hard to remind you that, hey, look, celebrities live in LA, which was kind of annoying in my personal opinion, but perhaps everybody else found it incredible. The important events, the slam dunk contest, the three-point shooting contest, and the All-Star game were all pretty good, I would have to say. The dunk contest, perhaps I'm a little bit biased because local hometown hero Donovan Mitchell, who plays for the Jazz, actually won the slam dunk contest as a rookie, which I was so happy to see. That was just great. He's such a great kid. He's going to have a great, amazing career, and to see him get some success at the national stage was fantastic. They did a LeBron versus Steph NBA All-Star game. LeBron's team won that in what turned out to be a pretty great game. First three quarters, not much defense played, but in the end, LeBron's team was down by around 13 or 14, and he said, all right, time to go. He ramped up the defense, made it happen, shut down the other team, and Team LeBron won by 1 point. There you go.
Very good.
That's it. That is it.
I didn't understand a word of what you said.
You know what a slam dunk is?
That's where they put the ball in the hoop, but they hold on to the hoop.
We'll go with that. Yep.
I mean, that's accurate.
I mean, I sent you a video. We can put it in the show notes of the slam dunk contest.
Sure.
All right. So that's your NBA minute. What else? What else do we have today? Oh, yes. Kid injury update. So my boy, the middle boy, who had his jaw dislocated and also managed to fall and fracture his orbital bone in another childhood accident. He's been on a liquid diet for the last 10 days, but just yesterday he was able to start trying some softer foods. I mean, he's still not eating apples or steak or things that really require a lot of jaw work, but...
Did his diet before this consist mainly of apples and steak?
No, it did not.
At least he's not missing it.
He's not. But now he's up to soft foods, which is like beans, macaroni, and cheese, which he's very happy to have back in his diet. That was something he was missing, for sure.
Well, macaroni and cheese is delicious.
It is. He's not wrong. So hopefully things look good. He's going to get his stitches out here next week. And hopefully he doesn't have a horribly disfiguring scar, because that's a real possibility at this point.
See, you say horribly disfiguring.
No, I'm exaggerating.
Like, I haven't seen the scar. I have no idea how big it will be. He's a small child at the moment still, yes?
He is.
Right. When he gets bigger, that will shrink.
Yeah.
Unless he's Two-Face at the moment, he will not be horribly disfigured.
No, he will not. That's why I was exaggerating. I mean, it's just really a matter of, is it going to be, hey, that's a very noticeable scar, or it's going to be like, I can't even tell anything happened there, right? That's the difference. So we'll see.
You've told me that sometimes you get very anxious as a parent, so I was trying to soothe your worries.
Oh,
but apparently that was not needed at this time.
Generally no. I mean, the example that comes to readily comes to mind is I've got two brothers who both got stitches on their face somewhere. One of them, you can still see the scar. It's on the corner of his eye, and the other one is on his forehead, and the forehead one is much less noticeable by far compared to the one that's on the corner of his eye. So
okay.
And again, I don't know what the difference is. I mean, I think they both went to the same hospital. I guess they had different surgeons, but
who knows?
I don't. It's a mystery. We'll have to wait and see. I'll send you, maybe I'll put it on Twitter.
That's going to be your son when he grows up.
Yeah. That's cool. That'll get all the girls. Oh yeah. You look so rough and tumble. That's what kids say these days.
They rough and
I'm
tumble.
so attracted to rough and tumble men. And they sound like that too. Second graders, you know.
Yeah. Look at them go, well, before I cut myself shaving like this. Which is actually the line he says in the movie, because that is from Death Proof.
That's fantastic. Says he cut himself shaving. Ha!
It's a great movie if you haven't seen it.
Death Proof. Heard good things.
It was actually the first Quentin Tarantino movie I saw, but I didn't know it was Quentin Tarantino at the time for many years.
Death Proof. Wasn't his first movie Reservoir Dogs?
No, the first movie I saw.
Right. Yeah, I got that, but I was just wondering if chronologically his first movie was I got this. Yep, Reservoir Dwaogs. Reservoir Dwaogs. Dwaogs. Actually, technically, I did a short, a film called My Best Friend's Birthday. It's 1987 film from IMDb. I've never heard of this. And it's the tagline is, it's Mickey's birthday and his girlfriend just left him. So that's when his friend Clarence shows him a birthday he'll never forget. What?
My best friend's birthday.
Yep. Oh, and it stars Quentin Tarantino. He's Clarence.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, Quentin. He's been putting himself in his films for a long time.
Which is amusing because I actually don't know what he looks like.
You've
I've probably seen him.
Yeah.
I've never put a name to a face.
It's kind of a derpy looking dude.
Derpy looking dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, here.
Take your word for it.
Dang it. Do I have to do all the work around here?
I never said I wanted to see him.
Well, now you are. Too late. You have to click on the link. It's required.
It's required, mandatory, mandatory clickage.
Mandatory internet usage.
So he is kind of derpy, but it's maybe more or less just a photo.
The point is, he's not like so everyman looking that when he puts himself in his films and kind of cameo roles that you can miss it. Every time he shows up, you're like, hey, it's Quentin. Like, there he is. I'm completely taken out of the fictional universe I've been put in because the director's on the screen.
Was he in Django Unchained?
Yep.
I don't recognize him.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you have to know in advance. It's not like you're not going to go.
No,
and
but I'm
say,
saying
yeah,
I can't picture him in his role. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if you watch Django now, you would absolutely see it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Maybe it's been a while since I've seen it. Maybe I'll watch it.
It is pretty good. Whoosh. All right. So I think that's it. Anything else you wanted to cover here today?
No, I don't think so.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for listening and supporting us on the Patreon and subscribing to us through iTunes and Beyond Pod and Last FM and places like that. Again, stay tuned for another edition of Wade and Falcon Play Something New next time around, and watch for that new edition of The Portal 2.
And don't forget to go and check out Falcon Paladin playing Far Cry 4.
Yeah, that's going to come out, or has probably already come out at this point.
It'll be somewhere.
Yes.
Go find it.
It will.
It might be good.
It might be.
It was great.
The greatest Let's Play you've ever seen. Although I don't know what would make something the greatest Let's Play you've ever seen.
To promote yourself, you have to give it a qualifier. It's the best Let's Play on your channel.
It is. It's
Accurate, 100% accurate.
It's not the only Let's Play on my channel.
Exactly, but it is the best.
Correct.
Beats Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, for sure. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did.
Good. I'm glad you did. All right, that's it. That's going to be it from us. Thanks again for listening. And until next time, as always, really appreciate your support. And you take care of yourself. Oh, no, it's coming. It's here. Where is it?